Hello
Yes.
everyone. I'm here with Veet Mano, who very soon will come to us, to Warsaw, first time in Poland. And I wanted this conversation to each of you could know Veet Mano better, could kind of experience his knowledge, his energy, everything. So we'll see how it goes. I hope that you will spend some time with us and maybe we will meet in real life in our space. So let's start. Manu, I'm so happy to see you and to be with you now. And I would like to start with the question, because people call you that you are transformational teacher. You teach about emotions. You just helping them to unblock these emotions, to give them more emotional freedom. But I just wanted to ask you how it happened that you are such a big teacher now.
Ah, well, I started around Osho when I was 21.
Mm.
So, and at that time I was in the USA. I was in Michigan. And actually, my girlfriend had been to India a couple times. And I was 21 and she was 26. And he said, "You have to come to India. Come, don't wait." So actually, she started me without me knowing why. She started having me do dynamic meditation, Osho dynamic meditation, and also like pillow beating and getting out stress. And at the moment, I thought, why am I doing this? I'm happy. I'm a happy guy. I knew nothing about repressed emotions, that you release repressed emotions and then you feel happier. So for me, it was all a little strange in the beginning. But she was beautiful. I was happy. It didn't bother me. So, but I didn't understand why I was doing it. Um, but later, when I went to India and I went to the Osho resort, and where the energy field was bigger, I had more power to feel what was inside. And there, I took some sessions, and I think in 3 months' time, I took 9 different courses. And also saw Osho and got a meditation named Veet Mano, which means beyond the mind. You can say live with your heart. And a lot of emotions jumped out. A lot of emotions jumped out. And I felt so much incredibly better. And I was also a runner. Before that, I used to, run. I could run marathons. I played sports. I did a lot. So I physically always healthy and active. And then I did a lot of meditations. I worked in Osho Resort in America and then back in India for maybe 8 or 10 years before I started. I mean, I had a meditation center like you have. I was doing things with people all the time, but I really started working more with people stronger after about 10 years. Then it started to move more into the direction of full-time doing things with people. So, and then I did a lot of trainings. They had like a 4-month therapist training program that I was in at the Osho Resort in India. Oh, there's the emotional, uh, how do you say, Osho meditative therapy, Osho Mystic Rose. It works a lot with emotions, emotional laughter and pain. And because I was a facilitator and I was facilitating many places, I've been in about 60 times. And that's where you laugh 3 hours a day for a week, and you open your happiness channel, and then the next week you let the tears come out for 3 hours a week, and that channel cleans, and then from there you move into peacefulness and silence. So just a lot of self-transformation. So many different layers of things came out, and I always love to see other people feel better.
Mm.
And one of the things in my path is that, except for the techniques Osho created, I didn't get stuck on too many of the techniques that I learned in my trainings. So I developed a lot of new techniques and decided to make a lot of direct contact with the people. Yeah, so that, and I feel every facilitator, everybody, that your own love is very important. It's one of your biggest gifts in your life, and also use that. Yes, so instead of being stuck on it has to be this technique and fit the people into the technique, I said I will create techniques and fit techniques to the people because they're all so unique, and so let me just be spontaneous. So I work in a very spontaneous way, and I like the results much better. And the other thing is that being around Osho, I've been more than like 22 years time in India, all at Osho Resort and doing the volunteer work and leading courses. Your energy gets stronger. Yeah. I mean, Osho's energy is so strong, but the rest of our people, the energy gets stronger. Your consciousness gets deeper. And though it's a work of growing love, it's a work of meditation, and transformation is a work of growing your energy stronger, more balanced, more deeper. And I really love to see people happy and to get better. Yeah, I just enjoy it. You know, I have a good life, and I like to see other people have a good life.
Mm. Yeah, and you work with emotions and with body a lot, and sometimes people just don't feel. They just don't see this lackness because they never experience anything different, and they just feel, okay, I'm just like this. And how you just, I know that each person is different for you and on different stages, but this emotion, these suppressed emotions, very often in our subconsciousness, and mm, I would like that you share with me what is your approach to the single person when you meet this he or she, how you just feel it.
Well, first, when I meet somebody, I feel their energy level, how they're feeling. And then I like to talk with people and ask people what kind of support they would like and what might be bothering them. And then I will ask them questions. Did this happen? Did that happen? How was your personal life? How was your work? How was your childhood? How do you feel? So we work together because I like to have the people feel that they're master of their own life from the very beginning, because the work we do together will help them to be more the master of their own life. So I like to start out in that way. So also in the course, I'll ask people, how are you feeling? What is it? And then we'll go longer with people. And I like to make things visual for people. So we'll many times do demonstrations where somebody may try to say something, like some theater, like talk about love with some person they love, or talk about in business that they want to sell something, and then have them release emotions and try again and see just after 2 or 3 minutes how much more open they are, how much more natural they feel in their communication after they've cleaned some stress out. So I like people to understand what they're doing. So that, and I have a way to respect people and get a trust feeling with people, because I understand everybody goes at a different speed and they have a different experience in their past. Some are maybe very afraid, some may not be afraid. So I always work that everybody in the group is included, that nobody's left out. Yeah, so that the group becomes like a big family, and the group gets a lot of trust. And the emotions, they open step by step. We can go really fast if we need to. We can go very slow, so that it just, people feel at home. I like people to feel at home. And one thing I learned from Osho was, don't make things too strong for people, because otherwise they get discouraged. And I'm a very strong guy. You know, I used to run marathons and do a lot. But that touched me maybe 15, 20 years ago. So I always try to make the course very loving and friendly, with also a lot of fun while we go deep. and to keep an eye for who needs more support, who needs more help, who needs this. So the course is very interesting because we go between very quiet, beautiful moments, then we can get ready and we'll have some action moments, and then we go and we come back. And people like this style. People like this style, and I'm there and I look at people, I feel people, I let people feel me. So that's why I feel that it's not just technique, but it's also the love in our heart. And I know everybody has a big love in their heart that wants to open more and more. So I felt from the very beginning that the real therapy was not just about giving people techniques. Techniques are very helpful, and we want the people to have things they can do on their own after the course, but also the connection. And I remember also that Osho has actually talked about that, that love is the most important part of therapy. Love is the most important part of transformation. So I totally agree with that, you know. And we have from Osho, we have so many beautiful gifts, as you know, because you're a meditation trainer who you train facilitators how to lead meditations, that we have all these gifts from Osho that are techniques that are set and fixed. So people have these things that they can do by themselves. And then also with the emotion practices, they can, whatever they learn in the course, they can also use them. And with emotion practices, they can make different variations. There's a lot of flexibility.
You are unusual teacher. It means you gave permission that people don't need to. It's amazing if they will take part in all our festival of emotional freedom, but they can come just for one day. That for you it's okay. Not so many teachers agree with this because group process and one new person is changing the energy. But for you, it seems it's okay. Even it brings some new stuff to proceed.
Yeah, for these courses, it's fine to do that. Like in Osho Mystic Rose, people can maybe miss 2 days in the beginning, but if the third day they miss, then they can't join because it's a process like this. But with the courses that I do, the attitude I have is, you know, life has always new people coming and going. You know, maybe you're going to meet somebody new in your life tomorrow, or somebody has to get a new job. So they'll always be ready to be open for the fresh and include that in your life. So this works really well because people are learning to themselves get better, and they're also learning how to include people and love people in their life. And the course always has a strong energy field, so it's not so difficult to absorb new people. So because the energy field, the strong energy field is high, new people usually get it quite soon or something will come for them. So I actually do that with my courses in Osho International Meditation Resort in India. When we have our emotional freedom training, people can be for all 6 days and get their certificate. They can come for 1 day, for 3 days. And it just blends. This is part of my, you know, my way to also give everybody a chance, because it may be that I'm in a city and somebody really wants to come, but for some reason they can only come 2 days or 3 days. And I want everybody to be included. Yes, I have enough energy for everybody. Yeah, so it's for me, it's just nice.
Amazing, really amazing. People just ask me which workshop should I choose. Should I go for the emotional freedom workshop, or maybe should I choose this workshop for advanced body work? Sometimes it's much easier because of the timings, because some of them have already planned this break, because in Poland there is a break in May. So some people are out of town. So this beginning 6th and 7th May, it works for them. So we're just planning to be in these days. But if you could show the difference, if somebody can join this or this, and thinking what is better for me, when they should choose emotional freedom, this 4 days or this 2 days bodywork workshop? Or maybe third way to meet you or choose individual session. So if you could advise how I should advise them, which they should choose.
You know, I always, when possible, I tell people, come from the beginning, because some people, they don't know what they're missing, you know, and if they come from the beginning and they see that, wow, there's some really treasure there, they will find a way to either make more time or to use that energy. So if possible, come at the start, because you don't know what you're missing. For example, it's really true. When I came to Osho, I just came because I promised my girlfriend I was going to come. I didn't realize that I would spend from 1978 the next 45 years around Osho. Yes, doing all the techniques and being all over the world. So if I had waited a couple of years late, I wouldn't have had that. You know, the earlier you start, the better. And the emotions in the course, you get the energy of the whole group lifting you up. It makes it faster to transform. And anything's with the body problems, we can always fix the body problems usually quite well in the individual sessions also. So if I was going to say, start in the beginning with emotional course, and then we'll find a way to, if you have also a problem with your body, but you can't be there for the body work training, I can help you fix your body, because most people want to themselves, if you have their back and their neck, everything feel better. And some people want to have the professional training, but also getting your own body fixed, you understand that how it works from the inside. So start from the beginning is what I would do. Yes, if you can.
Yes, I will advise like this, but we'll see how they will react. Yeah, but for sure, being from the beginning is the best idea, just to feel and just to decide, especially
And
with
if
this.
something happened that somebody can't be from the beginning, we will take care of you and give you extra energy when you come. Yes. So yeah, this is why we've made it. We'll understand that some people, their life is such that they cannot always have everything.
Of course,
So
that's why what they say, there is a sense that I will join last day. I'm telling, yes, it has sense. Just join. One day it's okay too. So we will
yes,
see.
absolutely, absolutely. Yes. And also with the individual sessions, some of these techniques for the spine and the spine course, they're quite revolutionary, like with fixing the curve in the spine. I don't know anybody else in the world who knows how to do it. Yes. And the gravitation massage was something I developed around 10 years ago, where you're not laying down on the table very much. You're in different positions where the gravity stretches your spine. So the results, like somebody's usually can be very stiff and not move. Usually they can start moving after 10, 15, 20 minutes. They can start moving much more with less pain. And then we teach you exercises to do after to keep your spine strong so you can have a good life. So also with the sessions, they give a lot, and the work in the course, you know, we want people to have better relations, more success in love, more confidence, more success at their work, using how Osho had talked about it, therapy, emotional work is like a bridge to meditation. It opens your insides, it cleans the stress out, it makes you able to receive much more from the many different Osho meditations that they'll have with you or by themselves in Poland. So this is a great gift, the course. And I also, in the course, like to teach everybody step by step how to be trainers, how to be coaches, because at one level, people come as a participant, it's one level. But the second, we put you in the experience where you're also helping somebody else. You're also leading in some situations, and it gives you like eyes from two sides. And one thing that I remember from Osho, and he spoke about it before, is that when you get put in a leadership position, when you get put in this position where you're doing something for somebody else, you actually learn the subject faster. So we mix everything. We mix it in a way that the energy can become very alive, your compassion can grow, your ability to give love, your ability to receive love, and your ability to be balanced. Yes. And energetically, also, we have all these new breathing techniques, which are, I'm still surprised that, I'm surprised at some of the things that I've discovered, like gravitation massage, and I call this gravitational breathing, but this breathing moves the energy up very, very fast. And I was inspired by this from Osho, was because I helped make around 50 Osho DVDs for one of the countries where we put all the subtitles on it, and we did it. And so I watched these DVDs about 10 times, and so many times that Osho talked one time about the sun and the moon energy, that your right side of your body is your sun side, the male side, and what it has, and your left side is more intuitive, the love side, the feminine side, and that in the history in India, the yoga people used to close one side of the nose to breathe into one side of the brain. One side you breathe in the brain, it makes you more peaceful. The other side of the brain you breathe into it, it makes you more angry. Yeah, more on fire if you're cold. But we actually develop now techniques where you can breathe into one side of all of your chest and your chakras more at one time than the other. So instead of just being limited to your very small nose, we can open up the whole side of your chakras one side at a time. And the right side is the power side. And when people breathe in the right side, they feel this power, they feel good. But when they breathe into the left side and you ask them to meet somebody and do an exercise to talk about love or friendship or healing, they notice the difference immediately. I would say basically 100% of the people in the course instantly notice that the left side brings a deeper connection with people. So we have some tools now and people feel the energy moving up. So this energy moving up together with Osho Kundalini meditation, it changes a lot of life patterns very, very fast. It's easy for people to get more oxygen in their blood. It's easy to feel better faster now. So, and one of the breathing techniques is interesting. We have it where it's a way to use your arms and this to fill your lungs, that we have people do a test. They run 1.5 minutes and see how tired they feel. And then we have them run 5 minutes where they do this breathing technique at the same time. And they're all less tired in the lungs, because with this breathing technique, it's very natural, easy to do. Their breathing just opens so much more. And so their breath is full, even when they ran 3 times as long. So my beautiful friends in Warsaw, I'm very happy to be with you, and we'll do a lot. And I'm very happy that you're going to have Mangala and her center there to keep going. You have a good, steady place with support with a very charismatic woman. And yeah, so I like it that it's called festival. Yeah, because festival means transformation and celebration and healing, a lot of things at the same time.
Yes, I hope so that it will be amazing time. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that the weather will be great, and because spring now is so fast. Now it's green, and today is like summer in Warsaw, just not normal situation. And I hope that there will be a really amazing time. I want to ask you last question, because you are huge teacher and like a star. What is your daily routine? How you take care of yourself? Because you're sharing, you have a lot of energy, but how you take care of you?
I don't have a daily routine. This is one part. It's like, I run a lot. I ran a lot, so I have a strong energy. And Osho had talked, if you can run like 20 minutes a day, you get an aura of joy. So a lot of emotion work. And I think from Osho Resort in India, I know every direction in 10 kilometers I've ran. So I know the whole city. I know all of it. And I keep in a good health. And I really don't have a routine as such. I love to do the meditations, the practices. I eat healthy was one thing. I eat very healthy for food that tastes good, but food that's good for me. I get a lot of exercise. I move. I do the techniques with people a lot, so I don't keep things inside. And one thing I learned from Osho was that, and many people did, and I'm sure you are doing it whether you know it or not, but I can feel it that you have it. It's how to transform whatever work we do also into a meditation. So an Osho resort, both in USA and in India, it was called work as meditation. So you learn how whatever work you're doing, how to at the same time bring meditation to your life more in everything that you do. So if I wouldn't call that a routine, but I would call that a quality of the everyday life, is to bring the love and the meditation. And one thing I do is that whatever I have to do, I focus to try to do it 100%. Because whenever you do anything 100%, you don't lose energy. Yeah, whether it's washing dishes or something that you might not normally like, if you learn how to take it as a challenge and bring 100% energy, something inside you grows. So I guess you would say I'm the anti-routine guy in that way, because I like to be fresh. And what I
Yeah,
understood from Osho is that the average person goes from something they know and they stay in the cycle of what they know. And then the next step is you go from what you know to what you don't know. And the next step, which I'm sort of between the second and the third, is you live in the unknown and you go to a new unknown. So in this way, I actually don't keep a routine. So sometimes I finish at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like last night, I had to do some special sessions. I was in a city with a month, they had something longer. And then I set the alarm for 8 o'clock to be ready, but I woke up at 6. I just got up and did things and moved the energy. Yeah. So it's a freshness. Yeah, it's a freshness. So, and the other thing that, if you want to call it, I wouldn't use the word routine, but I would say part of my lifestyle is to try to take responsibility, to commitment to do what feels like it's important to do it. Yeah, to commit to, okay, I will do this and I will bring my totality for it.
yeah, totality is the best word. Totality in here and now. Sometimes very, very difficult to achieve, especially for us people who are busy in many stuff. Now we just even call it ADHD syndrome, that we just have kind of our brains are built in that way. So this chaos is everywhere. So it's even more challenging. Just be total in one thing at the time.
I don't mind if people do more than one thing at a time, because sometimes life is like that. But one thing for sure, the emotion work helps people to be able to do that more, because it takes away some of the unnecessary busyness of the mind, so that when you have to do even 2 things or 3 things, you can. Yes, so there may be that situation. I remember somebody was giving Sanya celebration in India, and there was usually 2 people at the same time. There were 2 women, and one of the women, she told me the story that the other woman was sick, and so she asked Osho, "What am I going to do? Because I'm alone." And Osho said, "You have 2 hands. Give one to one hand and one to the other hand, and you'll be okay." So, the situation is to have your energy there. And one thing Osho talked that I understood was always keep an extra amplitude of reserve power for emergencies. So we live totally, but at the same time we watch, do we have enough power for what's coming up for that day or for that week, and how to keep in the balance so that you're not living like undreamed, but you know how to recirculate your energy. So when I need to get enough sleep, I make sure I sleep really well. I try to eat really well, get enough movements, and always keep the energy on charge for what's needed. And what I've seen is people release stress, they have a lot more energy, because one of the biggest reasons that we are tired is because we're fighting ourselves. We're criticizing ourselves, we're attacking ourselves. Something is blocking on this level. So having worked for, that's why I mentioned the years experience, because it just kind of keeps taking off. I feel very young inside. I feel like young, like somebody who's 20, because I'm not carrying all that burden and stress. So even when in a difficult situation, I feel love for the person, but my energy is going up. So instead of like something pulling me down, that's the opposite happens. My energy is going up, and I can help the other person to lift their energy also. And you know, I've been in beautiful Warsaw before, but only in the airport a couple of times.
So
But
this
not
is
out.
not the whole city. So we are in Mokotów, in
Yeah,
the city, old villas around us. So yes,
yes.
I hope that you will see Warsaw in the best environment and in the best views.
I will see it with eyes of love. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
super. So thank you so much for this conversation, for this time, and yeah, so we will see soon. And if anyone will have any question, we will answer, of course. And yeah, so see you soon in Warsaw. Thank you so much, Veet Mano.
Yes, beautiful
Yes,
Mangala. Much love. You look so good. Nice in the green. Yes. See you
yes.
very soon. A big hug for you.
Big
Yes.
hug.